Well, back to Fog Wrestling here. We're going to be ranking every match for Degeneration X in Your House 1997. A total 8 matches, some pish, some good, some great. And let's get stuck straight in. And we kick off with the Los Barriques taking on the DOA here. And this match just wasn't that very good. It was awful short. And I think around this time you've got all these factions, right? And more or less all of them are pretty pish. That's not being too harsh, that's just being right. We've seen this match a million times. It's on Raw. I mean, there's no stakes. It's not like, oh, whatever faction loses has to disband. There's nothing like that. It's a throwaway match. The Barriques pick up the win. It's easily the worst match on this card. But that doesn't mean the next one is any better. And that is the boot camp match here between Sergeant Slaughter and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Now, on paper, this match, you're probably thinking, God, this won't be good. When Bret Hart says every Triple H match is a 4 out of 10, this one is probably worse than a 4 out of 10. But yeah, I mean, what Bret Hart said about Triple H is bullshit. But I mean, there's not many people who could have made this match good. I mean, the interferences from China weren't even, they were pretty pish in itself. You know, Slaughter was taking bumps he had no right to take. Like, it was kind of sick in a way. It was so slow. It's the second longest match on this card. I get it. I mean, I get it. It's kind of like, it was one of your more like main event matches. Like, you had like the 4 big ones, you know, like Triple H, this guy, Jarrett, Taker, Austin, Rock, and then obviously your main event. But come on, man, this match did not need to go 17 minutes 40. It could have went about 5. It could have been a really fast-paced, you know what I mean, match. But 17 minutes 40, and a lot of it was just them lying on the deck. That's why it comes in second last. I don't think anyone can complain with this. I mean, people said this killed the pay-per-view. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, that's what some people think. Moving into the next match, though, for the WWF tag titles, we have the Legion of Doom taking on the Outlaws. A decent enough match, but I mean, Road Dogg doesn't really. I mean, name me one good Road Dogg match, like great match, you know. It would have to be a multi-man match, but this one, it did what it had to be. The heels looking really heelish, and they picked up the win due to a DQ, due to the Godwins getting involved. Coming in next to around halfway, well, we've did 3 so far, so this is the 5th worst match, is what we're, well, the 5th best match that we're going off of here. And I mean, for Jeff Jarrett Taker, with nothing really on the line, kind of thrown together last minute with no story, it was no bad. I wasn't expecting the greatest thing, because Jeff Jarrett, like I said with Road Dogg, I mean, they're not particularly, I mean, it's like what you get is like, people would slabber about like Goldberg, but to me Goldberg can give you like a, I mean even Goldberg in his prime and now, like, he can give you like a really good fucking hard hitting match. Well, these two, and nah, I just don't really see it. Especially more with Road Dogg. Jeff Jarrett's better than Road Dogg. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. But yeah, this match ends in a disqualification when Kane gets involved. So yeah, another kind of screwy finish. But I guess it prolongs the Undertaker and Kane's feud. So not too bad in that department. Next up though is the first match on the pay-per-view. Taka taking on Bryan Christopher for the Light Heavyweight Championship. As you can see behind Taka's right arm there, Pat Patterson, who died today as this video is being recorded, so obviously the first ever Intercontinental Champion. Oh, the first openly the gay superstar. I mean, they've got to get that in, you know. I mean, let's actually recognise this guy, right? Well, what's more important, him being the first openly gay superstar, right? Because it's 2020, no one gives 2 fucks, right? And or like creating the Rumble, you know, or booking certain matches, you know, or being the first ever Intercontinental Championship. But they've got to ram the gay thing down your throat. You know, we get it, right? He was, but that's not the biggest deal about Pat Patterson. Let's look at his career and what he accomplished and what he done. You know, but like I said, Taka and Bryan Christopher here, good match, and yeah, well, good involvement with Jerry the King Lawler, and it's probably as good as it was going to get in my opinion, for being 2 pretty jobber guys in that department, I guess you could say, in that department. I like saying that line. Next up though, we have the big match here between Mark Merrow and Butterbean, and this was great, man. This was like, this is what, if you're trying to do a boxing match in the WWE in wrestling terms, this is exactly what you do in the 10. You've got low blows, punches to the back of the head, drama, fucking chairs getting used. Like, there actually seems to be like you can just tell. I mean, these two know what they're doing. This, it's like boxers always get into each other's minds before matches and say stuff, then after it they're all pally. But this just seemed this actually just seemed legit. That you could buy this as an actual fucking match. You know what I mean? Didn't feel phony or nothing like that. So that's why it's coming in here absolutely great in my personal opinion. Next up though, Rock against Austin, and like I said with the Slaughter match, right, if that was done quick, they could have done it right. And obviously Rock and Austin have had long matches in the future, and etc. But obviously Austin's just back for the whole broken neck thing, and they don't want to be putting him in long matches, you know. This was just fucking quick. We've got the pickup truck involved, we've got the stunner on it, we've got the back body drop on it. This was just great, quick, you know, short and sweet, fantastic. Austin retains. Austin looks $1,000,000. The Rock looking like a great heel. Even, I mean, you could kind of say get jobbed out, but they're trying to push Austin to the moon, and it's working. You know, it's working at this stage, and this is why it comes in here at number 2. Fantastic. But now moving on to our main event here, guys, which is Shawn Michaels defending the WWF Championship against Ken Shamrock. I believe it was just the WWF Championship, because even though he's got the European title, there was no mention of that in this match. It was hard for this match not to be number 1, because Shawn Michaels is fantastic and Ken Shamrock can put on a hell of a good match. Like I say, him and Brock, likes of them, they can make it look fucking real. Like, I mean, I like Butterbean and Mero. Like, obviously, you could tell it wasn't a proper boxing match, but you could tell, I mean, there were still some fucking pretty big hits in that. And with Shamrock here, when he's delivering some blows here, Michaels is selling it and shit, man. Looks great. I guess the only downside about this match is it ends in a DQ, but then again, it's the perfect way for DX to gain heat, and it protects Shamrock. So if you look at it from that point of view, you can't really complain, guys. But anyway, this is ranking every match for WWF Degeneration X in your house 97. Leave your thoughts down below, and until next time, peace.